We all fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
We love the 80s.
Your internet home for big 80s hair and big 80s hits.
When you hear the call, you got to get it underway.
SNSN. Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilick in the morning. And 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
All right.
Good morning,
Jewett
City.
Is it cold outside?
It's a little nippy.
Oh,
Could cut glass.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the governor has gone ahead and entered in the severe cold protocol for the state of Connecticut.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Go team. What does that mean? Well, it means it's just going to be cold.
It means they're handing out mittens. I don't know.
I don't know what that really means.
Well, usually it means they open up warm shelters, but
The only one that I know of in this area is the senior center in Plainfield.
as far as I know, that's all I was notified of.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of.
Oh, where do you think they found that out?
I don't know.
Yeah, senior center in Plainfield. It was verified by First Selectman Kevin Cunningham, who was not feeling so well. Kevin, hope you feel better.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You got the vid?
No, I don't know. He
doesn't have a normal illness, does he?
Nobody has normal illnesses these days. You know, they just don't.
He's feeling okay though.
Okay, I was gonna have a joke.
Nothing serious though, right?
No, he's just feeling
under the weather,
like junk. Yeah. So yeah, I told him. I told Lisa down at town hall, and then that was it.
Oh, good.
So because the last they knew that they'd been alerted to was there was one in Putnam, and I'm like, well, that's.
And East Lyme usually has one. That's the regional
Well,
one.
I'm thinking to myself that if people need to find a warming center, they may or may not have a car.
That's a very good point.
You know what I mean? You know, if you don't have heat in your home, you know, it's like, you know what? I'm not going to buy oil. I'm going to drive to Putnam.
Well, a lot
and
of
hang
times
out.
you don't have heat in your home, then you have other problems, and you're usually already taken care of. So it's the warming shelters don't usually get a lot of business in my experience. So.
No, but it's nice that they're there just in case.
Right. It's a lot of times Red Cross will put you up somewhere anyway. So if you have that kind of a problem.
So good morning, Mr. Wally. Good morning, Mr. Lufkin. And good morning, Laura. So far in the room this morning.
Nice.
Well, there are other people, but those are the ones that have said hello.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Sing along with me. All right, that part of the show has ended. So anyway, I put up on our subject today. The Board of Education has seceded from the union. However, that is clickbait.
Yes,
and I admit to it. However, and I can't really speak to it because I wasn't there.
Right, me either. I'm just seeing what I see on Facebook. So.
Yeah, and you got to take that with a grain of salt too.
Yeah,
you know, so. If anybody that was there at the Board of Education meeting last night and wants to give an opinion,
or call in too.
Yeah,
can I call in?
You can call in. You can comment on here. You can send us a text message. You see the text message number on the bottom. Whichever way that you want to do that. But if you did go to the Board of Education meeting last night, I'd like to. Like to know what your take is. Again, I said I can't speak to it because I was not there.
Yeah, reading the comments, it seemed like everybody may have been out of protocol. So that talked, but
I don't know.
But what you're reading, that's what it seems like. That's
well, you know, I mean, what you read is going to be.
It's on Facebook. It's true, isn't it?
Well, it's going to be each individual's point of view. Right. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. So like, we don't know. We understand there were people that were kind of like speaking out, but we don't we can't really say, who was talking out of school. No pun intended.
Oh,
but
like that.
See what I did there? Because I wasn't there.
No.
I would love to see the broadcast. Apparently it was recorded. Don't know where it is, but you know what, folks? If you so you know,
it's a chance to speak up.
If you if you didn't see it, and this is true of any public meeting, you can go to town hall, and I think the Board of Ed, I think you have to actually request from their office.
You have to get it from their office.
You can get a recording because all the meetings have to be recorded. You can get a copy of that. It's freedom of information.
Is that Board of Ed or the town hall?
Huh?
Is that the Board of Ed or the town hall?
It's both.
Both. Yeah.
They are both subject to that 100%. There is some information that you can get that you really don't want. I'm going to be honest with you. There was a situation last year. It was more of a human resources kind of event that was going on.
Yeah.
Someone said to me, "Oh, you really need to look into that." So I did an FOI, Freedom of Information, and some info was sent to me, from town hall, because you can
get anything you want.
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah. No, well, almost everything.
Yeah, there's some stuff you can't, but
right.
Yeah, personal-ish information you can't. Yeah.
This was pretty personal.
Yeah, they shouldn't be released. And
that was
yeah. I'm just saying
they went right through.
You can't get personnel files.
They went through not personal files, but reports.
Public reports. Yeah.
And they even went through the town's attorney. Asked for can we send Minarski this stuff? And he said, "Oh, you kind of got it. It's FOI." So, and I'll be honest with you, I read the stuff and I went, "Oh no, this is not who we are." And so.
Yeah.
So, like I said,
some people may enjoy that, but you were.
Yeah, that was just not something, that, there was another news outlet, who covered it, was the Bulletin, but it was very sensationalistic, and I wasn't going to touch that.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't going to help anybody. Let's see. All right, Wally. Good morning, Wally. Probably one of the best baseball coaches and mentors to kids in this area you'll ever want to meet.
Yeah.
Wally, they don't want to answer some tough questions, says Wally. And he goes, "I'm baffled. How does it make sense that WJ, his son, can return to school but still have to quarantine for another 5 days till he can play on the school basketball team?"
A fair question.
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I don't think they really understand what they're supposed to be doing. Honestly, I don't think they understand what they're supposed to be doing. I don't think anybody does.
I don't know.
There's so many different regulations that don't make sense out there that contradict each other, and none of it makes any sense. So,
well, like I said, it's one of those things. I'm trying to actually make a contact right now.
No response yet?
Well, no, there is, but
okay.
I want to.
Not a open response.
Yeah, it's just a message. So.
Yeah.
So I don't know the answer to that question, Wally. I do not. Hey, Maddie. Schools and sports are making their own rules, says Madeline Garn.
Well, it seemed like the ECC and what's the other one there that makes the rules?
The CIAC.
CIAC and whatever alphabet soup is left. They really do seem to be making their own rules. It doesn't.
No, I don't. I don't think. I don't think the CIAC are. They're not making stuff up. And neither is the ECC. And I think the ECC is really made up of athletic directors in our area. So with that being said, the athletic directors that I have been in contact with and, with broadcasting local sports, like Steve Cravino at Grizzled, who's going to be on the show tomorrow.
Oh, really?
And Kevin up in Killingly, and just all over the place. They care about one thing, and this is a congruent message that I've been getting from I always got from everybody else, is that they care about the kids. They want the kids to play, and that's what the ECC is. Scott over at Lyman Memorial High School, and they held out, and they held out, and they held out. And now during ECC events, there are no visiting fans. There's only hometown fans. So, like, for example, tonight, we're going to be in East Lyme doing the Grizzle High School game against East Lyme, because no one's going to be able to see it. Nobody from Grizzle will be able to see that game. So we're going to carry that tonight right here on SNSN. Victoria, she says the guidelines are conflicting.
Right.
Now, Victoria, I have a question for you. Aren't you a Board of Education member in a neighboring Grizzle town? I'm gonna, because I think you said you were, but I don't want to go ahead and make.
So I guess my biggest question and I'm working, or I would probably come in tomorrow just to see it, but where they're getting their guidelines from that conflict.
I don't know. So, Victoria, I have a question. Would you call us here and be on the show? I have some questions, or even come on virtually.
She's another town, or
yeah, she's on a Board of Education. I think I know what town, but I'm not gonna announce it. If she wants to do that, that will be certainly up to her.
Okay.
I used to have a lot of conversations too with the Board of Education chair in Plainfield too, Christy. So, but I haven't seen her lately at all. I think Victoria is stewing it around. Do I do this? Do I do that? So later on, in about 15, 20 minutes or so, we are going to have a local author here on the show. Her name is DM Foley. That's her
book name,
author pen name, yeah. And she'll be here. She's local, and she won the Gold Award from the New York Bestsellers list.
Okay, that's
in December 2021. So just recently.
Gold Award is like what, the highest one? Gold?
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, those are questions that I want to go ahead and ask her.
Yeah.
So DM Foley, she's going to talk about her books and what she does and how she got into writing and stuff like that.
Cool. Something different.
So, well, it's interesting. There are a bunch of local writers in this area that I don't think.
There are some up here. I knew there's a lot down in like the Mystic area and stuff. I didn't know there were any up here.
Yeah, there's a gentleman in Norwich who I think he's got about 15, 20 books out.
Really?
His name is Ken Keeley. 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 And he is pretty much a historian.
Okay.
For the city of Norwich. He's put out a bunch of like picture books too of different things in Norwich, and old buildings and where are they now. And
is he the one that does all the town historian books?
Huh?
Is he the one that goes around and does all the history of all the towns and makes?
No, he basically just kind of hangs with Norwich.
Okay.
So we've had him. He's been here. A really nice guy. Really nice.
There's one that goes around and he does all the different towns. So I found that interesting. You got a bingo?
Okay. Yeah. So Victoria, I don't want to, if you want to, I know I was right when my thought, I didn't announce it, but I know what Board of Education that you are on. So Victoria, did you hear what happened last night at, well, first of all, how do you, what is public comment like in your town as far as Board of Education is concerned? So we'll let you go ahead and go with that. She said she would answer questions if she could.
Okay.
One thing that I think has to be embraced, and I think it's been fought. This is just my opinion for a long time now, but I think it has to be utilized, and you can, and make it effective, is social media. A lot of people on Board of Education boards around the area I know of are pretty much anti-social media. And I get that, and I understand that. They don't want false information getting put out.
Yeah, no matter what you put on, a lot of times it gets twisted.
But it gives them an opportunity also to put out what...
It's a platform.
Exactly. Because people are going to talk. You're gonna get stuff up on Grizzled Now. You're gonna get things up on Grizzled Discuss, Plainfield Residents. All of these that are the view of the residents, not necessarily what happened at the Board of Education meeting. Sorry to say that, guys, but it does happen. It does happen.
It's happening right now.
Right. So what we hear, just what we hear on social media. Now, I'm just playing devil's advocate. It's obviously very one-sided. But we weren't there. So am I trying to puss out on this? No. I'm just not going to go ahead and comment. And
you don't want to raise one side versus the other.
No. Yeah. All right. Victoria said, I did not hear about the Grizzled meeting, but I will go digging afterwards. I'll give you a shovel.
You need a wheelbarrow, from what I understand. It's a
Yeah, but see, you heard what?
I heard one side.
You heard one side. So we don't know. We don't know. I mean, it could be it could be that the Board of Education is completely out of whack, and it could be that they are correct.
Like I said, from seeing what I read on Facebook, it seems to be on both sides.
Okay.
At least the way it was handled. That's
okay. All right. Oh, long comment by this lady's got a big mouth.
Who's that?
Kathy Walden Wasselick.
Oh yeah, she's always stirring. I know, huh?
You know her, right?
Yeah, I've heard of her.
All right. It seems many of the different commissions, boards, conferences all over Connecticut have tried to adopt and follow CDC and DPH guidelines, but they can be interpreted slightly differently, and then politics is sprinkled in for added flavor. Delicious. It's a recipe for disaster, and we're seeing it firsthand.
Exactly. Yep.
Very, very true. Good flavor there, Kathy. Maybe you should write a book. Maybe you should talk to DM Foley. That's going to be in here in a little bit.
You go.
About
they can work together.
Could be. Could be. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute. And remember, we'll be joined by DM Foley, who is a local author. We're going to talk about what she does as far as writing. We'll keep it right here on
SNSN.
There you go.
Hey, I did it this time.
A new season is upon us. Let's not fall into bad habits and let another insurance policy go by without review. Our offices are open and our licensed agents are available to shop your policy coverage and prices with dozens of insurance companies. Phone, email, 24-hour chat, or a good old-fashioned face-to-face meeting. We offer it all. Home, auto, business, and life. The Burns Agency has been a trusted, full-service insurance solution in your community since 1932. There's no better time to start saving than today. The Burns Agency, Norwich, Dayville, or online at burnsagency.com.
Better Burns. Much better. So much better at Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better at Burns. You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
Do you know the importance of house numbers? House numbers are not only convenient for finding addresses, but necessary for emergency responders to locate those in need. Residents are encouraged to take a few minutes to install house numbers or to examine the ones existing on your house. Those extra minutes spent trying to locate a property can mean the difference between life and death. So take the time now to be sure your house numbers may be seen from the street. The following has been brought to you by Grizzle Health and Safety.
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilick in the morning. And 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
All right, we're back.
Good morning.
Morning, Rich.
What up?
So, Rich, you were talking about something about during the break there.
Yeah.
About what you had heard or whatever. So why don't you go ahead and I'll give you the floor. And you can...
So what I've read on the Facebook post, and again, it's only being reported by a non.
Yeah.
Is that the male counterpart on the Board of Ed was making comments how kids shouldn't be vaccinated and not allowed to play unless they're vaccinated.
Okay.
And this other female in the crowd started speaking during non-public comment. So the complaints are that the male member of the Board of Ed, which honestly I don't remember his name off the top of my head, was not speaking to what's supposed to be on the agenda, which is really something you're not supposed to be doing. And then the female half from the crowd, who's I guess a political party, has her own political committee.
I don't know what it's like, on the Board of Education, but I do know that going to Board of Selectmen meetings, if there is a subject matter that comes up that is not on the agenda, they have to make a motion to put it on the agenda.
It has to be added extra to the agenda,
exactly,
which we did on the planning and zoning last night.
Right.
So,
but I don't know. If it's different with the Board of Education. Don't know.
Well, they're all supposed to be following Robert's Rules of Order, and that's usually how it takes place.
All right. Gregory Allard says, "Whoa, way off."
Okay, speak out then.
Yeah. So
correct it if it's wrong. That's what we're reading on Facebook. So
that's Facebook. But I also said, you gotta go ahead.
So that's why I'm asking.
Now, Greg, just so you know,
was he there?
Yeah, he's here.
Well, I mean, was he at the meeting?
So. I don't know. What we did say at the beginning, Greg, is that we weren't there. We're only talking about what we had heard and what we saw, and we've been looking for people. Now, were you there? Were you there, Mr. Allard? And if you were, I would love to hear your take on it, and tell Rich why he is way off.
Please,
it's good. No, we want to know what happened. We want to get
what the true story,
different views. Yeah, exactly. He watched the now deleted stream.
Okay. So what happened?
I guess that's all we got. Folks, if you got something to say, speak up. Don't just throw us a tidbit and then scurry off and get a coffee. I mean, we're trying to get to the bottom of things here. Victoria said, "What did Rich say? I missed it."
All right. So basically what we read on Facebook is that a member of the Board of Ed, a male, which again, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, was making comments that kids should only play with sports if they're vaccinated, and which was not on the agenda according to the posts. And this female member of the public, who was also not speaking during public comment, which is usually only allowed during public comment, burst out and started yelling at him. So that's what we're being told.
So,
and then the meeting was shut down.
Okay. So Greg just said it takes time to type. So I just gave him the phone number. So,
well, come on.
Yeah, just give us a call. I gave him I put the phone number in there. Anybody can call. I mean, we can.
Well, I guess part of the other, I guess what I've also read is that the next meeting is not going to be public. It's only going to be,
it's only going to be what, online?
Yeah.
Okay.
Between the members or something, but. Nothing.
Victoria said, both were wrong if that's
what's being reported. So what happened?
Right. That's why we're trying to find, what had happened. So so Greg, yeah, I mean, come on. If you're saying that's wrong, please tell us what is right. And that's all we want to do. We want to get to the bottom of it, because so far nobody was there apparently, but everybody's got a lot to say. That's my point. That's been my whole point of this whole morning. Did we not say in the
beginning?
Yeah, we want to, get views and people over there. Okay.
And like you said, right now it's only being reported by people that are pissed and not by people that were there or people that are on the other side. So,
Greg, if it takes time to type, I put my phone number right there. You can call in. It's a lot easier.
the truth shall set you free.
I don't care. I just want to know what happened.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't want some bullshit, from social media from people that weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we have crap, because people will start talking about blah, 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 and they don't know what they're talking about.
I think someone just popped up.
Where?
On the bottom?
No.
No, it flashed. That's why.
This?
No, your computer.
All right, hold on, Greg. Here it comes. I just gave you the number again, Greg. Let's see. I'll even tell it to you. It's 860-591-1054. 591-1054. See, I don't play this game, where, the keyboard warriors come out. They want to come out and play, and then they run away when you start calling them out. By the way, we're going to have a good conversation in a few minutes with a local author.
Sweet.
So that'll actually be good. Oh, my God. Greg. 860-591-1054.
Is he having trouble putting it in? Or?
Everybody else got it, Greg. They're typing it for you, too. Look at this. Good morning.
Hey, you got me now, right?
All right.
Hey, what's up, Greg?
What's up
How are
Greg?
you?
What's going on, Greg?
What's going on? So what happened yesterday was the meeting was about 8 minutes long. They went over the minutes from the previous meeting, and at the previous meeting, they had made a vote to adopt the CIAC's policy regarding the mask mandate, which said that any student athletes that were vaccinated did not have to wear a mask. So Stuart Norman at that meeting made a comment that said he believed that it should be vaccination should be a requirement in order to participate in any school sports or activities. And at yesterday's meeting, he wanted that added to the minutes. He wanted his comments added to the minutes. So they opened up public comment, and a parent spoke at public comment. And
no, this is last night.
Yeah, this is last night.
All right.
And a parent spoke at public comment that she thought his comment was offensive because even though her kid didn't go to school in Griswold, they play sports in Griswold for Griswold, and they just thought his comments were offensive. So I guess the problem was that she addressed him directly. She looked right at him, talked right to him, and that's like a no-no. You can't do that. So the meeting was shut down.
So they just stopped the meeting, right? Last night they just stopped it and said, everybody go home? Is that what happened?
That's what happened. They literally Mary Beth Malin made a motion to adjourn. It was seconded. I want to say it was seconded by
Well, if you don't
Vice
know
Chair,
for sure,
but I'm not sure.
Yeah, if you don't know, don't. Yeah,
don't throw names.
Because you know what? That'll come back at you, Greg. Trust me.
No, but yeah, they adjourned. They said they would have a Zoom meeting later on that week, and they would not allow public comment. That was that.
Okay.
So yeah, it was kind of weird, but
that's kind of weird.
I mean, the whole meeting was 8 minutes.
So the gist of it was one member of the BOE said, okay, you know what, kids should be required to wear masks, blah blah blah, and
yeah, basically it was my opinion is that all students should be vaccinated if they want to play sports, or
So just getting the gist here, a member of the Board of Ed can make a personal opinion about something, but a member of the public can't make a personal comment to somebody?
I guess it's going to seem like.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. So, but that's why, Greg, I appreciate you. Greg, keep this phone number.
Well, it's nice that someone I actually saw it.
I'm not trying to call you guys out or not. I was listening. I was like, whoa, like.
No, I'm glad you made.
And then I'm trying to type, and I can only type so fast. And
well, thanks for calling and not crashing and typing.
Yeah, I mean, we've got nothing but respect for the boards and commissions here in the town of Griswold. But we also want to have other people speak and say what's on their mind. My problem is, Greg, and this, we've gone back and forth, is that sometimes on social media people get out there and just start spewing. And they weren't even there, or didn't even participate.
Yeah, I didn't get to go, but I did see that so another thing is the Board of Education stopped doing their Google Meet meetings, their Zoom meetings. So they used to do these on Zoom or Google Meet, and you could make public comment from home.
Yeah.
They ended that, and but they still live streamed it. So they did a Facebook Live. It was up for maybe like half an hour, and then they pulled it. They pulled the whole video down. So you can't even find the video. So I don't know if there's audio somewhere that you can get.
Yeah, well, there would have to be. Just so you know, all boards and commissions, from the being on the board you're on.
Yeah,
so it has to be recorded. It's FOIable. So.
Yeah. So there was about 7 other people waiting to speak. So I heard. I'm out. That I'm just gonna say because from someone that was there, and none of those people got to speak. So.
Okay.
It's just kind of strange. It doesn't seem like a good practice. It's almost on any board to just shut a meeting down for comments. But that's just my own personal opinion. But
we'll see if we can get
it. Go
ahead, Greg.
And people are supposed to have 3 minutes to speak, right. and I mean, I've only been paying attention to these meetings for like the last few months, and the time has been cut down from 3 minutes to 2 minutes to save time.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's only 7 people speaking, and you're cutting it down by 1 minute, you're saving 7 minutes if 7 people are going to speak. Right. So, and not everybody's going to use the whole 3 minutes anyway. But, it kind of doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
That they don't want to hear from the people. They don't want to hear from parents. They don't want to hear from residents. That's the message I get.
Well, that's the message.
And if that's not the message that they want to send, then they need to rethink whatever they're doing.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. All right, Greg, thank you very much for calling in. And come on, hot number this in your phone so you got it.
Save.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
All right, bud.
Thanks, Greg. Have a good day.
Hey, take care.
Yeah, bye-bye. Yep. All right, that's Gregory Allard. He's
what board is he on again?
Is that PNZ, isn't he?
No, I'm on that. As far as I know, he's not on it.
Or wetlands.
Could be wetlands.
Could be.
Anyway,
he's been active, in social media and stuff like that. And Greg's got an opinion.
Well, he definitely has opinions, but I like the fact that he called in and actually gave a face-to-face on what actually.
But it was somebody that actually was there or listened to it or saw it, you know. But what I think we need to do really is we need to keep an open mind and wait because there's 3 sides to every story.
Oh, definitely. I love that saying. I guess there's Skolchek had this comments on a text or something. Skolchek had a his student that was actually at the last meeting. I don't think it was this one, but the one before that. And he interviewed him, and they gave a tutorial on what took place at the meeting before.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
I was told to say that.
You were told to say that?
Yeah.
By who?
The boss. Kathy's she watched it, so she said it was interesting to hear the kid's point of view.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute. We have a local author coming on. Yeah, she's in the other room waiting patiently. Because I don't shut my mouth ever, and we're gonna do that in a minute right here on SNSN.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Did you hear that? Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilick in the morning and 80s all day and night.
Whatever you do, don't tell them you listen to internet radio.
Awful entertaining.
SNSN.
Did you know that most unintentional injuries, related deaths occur off the job? And even often when least expected, during a vacation, while doing chores at home, or even while driving around. According to Injury Facts, over 167,000 people died from unintentional injuries related to deaths in 2018. The National Safety Council encourages everyone to be aware of hazards related to leisure recreational activities, so please take proper safety precautions. The following has been brought to you by Griswold Health and Safety.
All right, good morning. Welcome back to the show. Just like show tunes, man. Can we, Oh, hi, Rich. I'm sorry. Are you busy over there?
Clarifying something.
There's no business like it. Come on, show tunes. Let's make it. Let's make everything a show tune. Come on. There's no business like show business. Like no business.
I don't know the rest.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I know. You know what it is? We get comments coming from all over the place. There's people on here, there's people on here, and then people will call and now I remember talking to you about 3 years ago. Do you remember?
Yes.
So
yes, I had thought about possibly coming in and hanging out and talking and all that. I had some experience on the radio back in my Eastern days.
Oh, the college Eastern?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, give it time. We'd love to have you come in. I mean, everything. But we're all volunteers.
That's great, though.
I work for coffee.
Yeah.
That's it. I brought him a coffee this morning. Sometimes I make out, I'll get him a coffee, and he'll buy me an omelet.
There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's method to my madness. All right. So in the studio, we have a local author by the name of D.M. Foley. You are you're from local.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Here, let's get you right up to the microphone here. Yeah. You want to speak into the light.
Okay.
There you go. So let's start right at the beginning. How did you get started writing? I mean, just because, you're local, so it's a great story, but there are a lot of people in the world that write, and everybody has their own reasons for it. What happened?
Well, it started many years ago when I was a child. I was an avid reader, loved to read.
Right.
And then I think it was about middle schoolish, I started to write. I wrote, poetry, short stories, all of that. I think it was in high school I started to think about actually writing a book.
In high school?
In high school.
So this is going back.
Yes.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Many moons ago.
Go with it.
However, I just never really... I never published. I never really got into writing as a career.
Now, at that point, were you like writing things and sharing it with different people to say, hey, tell me what this is? Or were you kind of just writing for yourself to see if you could actually do it?
Most of it in middle school and high school and even beyond, I kept to myself. Every once in a while, I'd share something to my classmates in high school. And even some of them signed my yearbook and said, you know, when you publish your book or when you publish a book, I'll read it. So they were actually some of the first people that I reached out to tell when I finally did publish.
That's
I was
different
like,
for high
hey.
school.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of support, although before I published, I was very nervous, scared. You know, that's it. It's called Impostor Syndrome among writers. That, you know, you get it in your mind, you're not good enough. You're not.
It's in radio. We just call it "I suck" syndrome. That's really it's kind of just different. But
It's
anyway.
just, you know, the voices in your head tell you, oh, you'll never make it.
It's like a
You'll
lot of
never
things.
do-" You know, so it took me a long time to actually get up the courage to publish. And actually the pandemic really pushed me for that, because it taught me life is way too short. And looking into the different avenues of publishing, traditional publishing or self-publishing, traditional publishing can take literally a lifetime to even get out there.
A lot of people are dead before they even get out, right?
Yes.
No, legit. I mean, that's
yeah. It's really hard, because you first have to query an agent, and then, you know, you have to wait and hear whether, you know, they like your stuff or not, because the top 5 publishing companies, the traditional companies, you can't submit a manuscript without an agent. So it can take years. So I looked into the different avenues of self-publishing. There's a lot.
I was going to ask you about that. What is that all
Yes.
about? Because I've heard other people do it. Like, I don't know if you know Ken. I mentioned Ken Keeley. He's in Norwich. He's got about 15, 20 books out now.
I think I've heard of him slightly just recently.
Does a lot of he's like a Norwich historian, a lot of picture books and that kind of stuff. But anyway, he told me, but I didn't really understand, you know, how does somebody become self-published? I mean, I'm if you could explain.
It's there's different avenues. There's definitely different publishing companies, self-publishing companies. I go through KDP, which is Kindle Direct Publishing, through Amazon.
Amazon, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Amazon's
really simple, user friendly.
You just upload it or something, right?
You upload it. They have a program that you can download to your computer that helps you format. You know, you take it from Word and you put it right into that program, and it helps you. They have a cover creator that helps you create covers. Even that I kind of messed up a little bit. Like, all 3 formats of my book have different covers, but you live, you learn,
but it worked.
you grow. It worked. There are other self-publishing companies that are called vanity publishers, and those are the ones that I'm finding that you want to steer clear of.
Okay.
Because a publishing company should not be asking you for thousands of dollars to publish.
Yeah, I've heard of that too.
And that's a big pitfall. A lot of people, you know, they
don't know better.
They don't know better. They spend thousands of dollars, and unfortunately, their book goes nowhere. So me just saying, you know what, you live, you learn, and go for it. And I self-published through KDP. Once I hit the publish.
Now we're talking about a physical book, or are we talking about? Okay.
I have ebook,
Right.
paperback, and hardcover.
Oh, wow.
It's a first in a series. It's called The Lion's Garden. Book
Did you bring one in by any
Family
chance?
Ties. You know what? I meant to.
Hi, I'm an author. Here's my book. Oh, I didn't bring it.
Oops.
I was like, oh.
So you have a marketer, by the way, right?
I did.
That's okay.
I did, and I was like, Yeah, this cold weather has frozen my brain.
Yeah, I had to sing you there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes.
So anyway, you have a hardcover, you have a soft cover or paperback,
And
and an ebook.
ebook.
Now, this is all done through this company, KDP, or
Yes. Yes.
now is there an investment to do that, or is it
Nope.
like drop shipping? How does it work?
Nope. That was absolutely free.
They just take a part of the
They
profit,
take a
right?
percentage of
Really?
the royalties and
Mhm.
all that. It's print on demand through Amazon. So somebody orders the book and it goes and it gets printed and it ships out. So it's
like a drop ship.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you really don't get hurt financially or anything. Like
No.
there's no like huge investment or
No
Just
huge
time, huh?
investment,
Mm.
just time.
Hmm.
Which again, it's
No,
it's
that's
one of those things where it's I'm learning as I go. I'm learning and I'm learning a lot.
Yep.
And I'm learning fast. But I hit the publish button and I was like, okay.
Nope.
Now what?
Now I'm screwed.
So what's your book about?
It's about a 25-year-old nature photographer. She is from the southeastern Connecticut area, and she was adopted, and she lost her adoptive parents. She lost them tragically, so that compels her to search for her biological family. In that search, things get how do I put it? Become more than what she bargained for. She has 2 near-death experiences, and just a whole slew of things happen along her journey. I don't want to go into it too much because then it might spoil some plot. It might spoil some plot twists.
That's good enough.
So far,
it's a nice teaser.
Yeah.
So far, it has 21 reviews, all 5 stars.
Wow.
Nice.
On Amazon.
Well, that's make you feel better.
Yeah, that does.
Especially
like,
today where they could just slam anything. That's a
Yeah, that honestly, that was like one of my fears.
Sure.
I was like, oh, okay, like, and I was very.
But somebody gives you that kind of some kind of review, you can also fight back.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Middle finger emoji.
Yeah.
So I think of you. Thanks for buying it, jerk.
I totally expect that there will be bad reviews at some point.
Of course.
That's with anybody. Interpretation of art and books,
Sure.
our art is subjective. So you can have an opinion, and based on your own life experiences, you can read my book and you'd be like, oh, that's garbage. But other people may really connect to it.
Right.
I've had people tell me, I love how you mention local places. It makes me, connect to the book.
What kind of local places have you mentioned? Unless you don't want to say.
No, that I can put that in. Well, she takes the Crescent Ferry across.
Okay. Yeah.
She lives in Preston, so there's Preston places. As
Gotcha.
she's driving by, she talks about seeing the pumpkins in Leprestes,
Sure,
and that she, on her way back, she wants to pick those up and different things like that.
So the book's about you.
No, no.
A lot of people will write, and it's really
true story.
Yeah, it's inspired by true events by themselves.
What inspired it?
Interesting question. Very good question. Several years ago, I got into genealogy, researching my own family tree of my relatives and everything. And I came across a possible connection to the people who own Gardiner's Island. And I had never heard of Gardiner's Island before, and the island itself is intriguing because it's been in the same family for hundreds of years.
I still don't even know what Gardiner's Island is. What is it?
It's actually a very it's an island off of Long Island. I'm trying to think. Plum Island's here.
Yeah.
Gardner's Island's here.
Plum Island's a vicious place.
Oh yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, I'd love to go there. No, I don't.
That would make an interesting.
I don't know if you'd get
place
near it.
for a
but-
book, but-
Yeah, I don't get near it at all.
The guys in the Jeeps with the M60s might have a different opinion.
Yeah,
And the
boats.
world's biggest chicken.
the boats too. With the yeah.
My dad talks about it all the time. He goes, "You got to go there. It's the world's biggest chicken. It's nuclear." Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm
the
sorry.
strange stuff.
Well, Lyme disease came from there, they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I've read all on that too.
So what's the? Have you ever been out to Gardner's Island?
Nope.
No.
Not
Okay.
been there.
Can you get out there?
No, it's privately owned.
Okay, that's what I
privately
thought,
owned.
yeah.
So it got my wheels turning.
Mm.
Like, oh, that's an interesting place. Never really heard of it. Different things,
And you can make it whatever you want it to be.
Yes,
Right.
yeah. It's like, okay, you can just make things up and be like, oh, okay, and it's just one of those things where it got me thinking. And I used a character that I actually created in high school and
Okay.
tried putting her in other stories and everything, and it just didn't work. I just never finished those. And this one I started, I think I got like 3 chapters, and then life happened. As it does.
Damn life.
I was working full time, family, all of
Yeah,
that,
sure.
and I just didn't have time to really work on
And
it.
other things all of a sudden become more important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then, like I said, pandemic hit, and it was like, you know what? Now's the time to,
Good for you.
follow that dream.
Yeah.
I had a little extra time, not a whole lot, but a little extra time. And it just, it flowed. And then finally, I was like, okay, I'm ready. And I published it, and I was scared to death. Like that was just one of the biggest steps and leaps of faith I have ever taken in my life. It was like, okay,
I can see why.
sink or
sure.
swim.
Yeah,
And I started out very carefully telling people, about it.
Were you just nervous because you didn't know what kind of feedback you were going to get?
Yeah,
Sure.
it was one of those things of, okay, like, are they gonna hate it? Are they gonna like it? Are they gonna love it? Are they going to just, I don't know.
People are very critical of their own work.
I'm extremely critical,
Sure.
and I'm an overthinker by nature.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you care.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so-
I do. And it was just very difficult for me to be, okay, it's out there.
That's got to be a big jump, and it's like you can't pull it back now.
No, that
It's
was
there.
It's like jumping off a cliff, literally.
Or Gardner's Island.
Yeah, yes.
It sounds like it's worked out.
It really has. And once I kind of like peeled back the onion, I told layers and layers and layers, and then finally, people were telling me, you need to tell everybody you know about this.
Mhm.
And I was still a little like, I don't know about that. And then I went public on my personal Facebook page, and I like told everybody.
Mhm.
And everybody was very supportive and excited and all of that, which was amazing. I didn't expect it. Like, I expected some support here or there, but
Sure.
and then I was
Set
like,
your expectations low, and everything else is a bonus. That's what my mother used to say.
Yeah,
Yes,
true
yes.
story.
So then came the marketing, and that was probably the most daunting task,
Yeah.
because even nowadays, whether you're traditional published or self-published, the author has to do
Their own marketing.
most of the
Yeah.
marketing. It
Amazon
has
doesn't do that at all.
Nope.
or-
Nope. Algorithms here or there,
Yeah.
you can purchase like sponsored ads,
Oh, yeah.
but for me, I think like coming on here and
Mhm.
promoting it myself is better than actually
Yeah.
putting an ad on Amazon.
You got your audience in this area anyway, right?
Exactly. And then word of mouth, it just
Mhm.
snowballs and spreads. And that's basically how I've been going about it. I did, I dropped off 4 books at local libraries.
You hit the one in Mystic?
I
Downtown?
did not hit the one in Mystic. Not a library down there. I hit Groton, I hit Preston, I hit Ledyard, and I hit Otis Library. I have plans to hit more.
There's a bookstore downtown in Mystic. I was wondering if you hit that one. That's the across from Mystic Pizza.
It's
a family-owned one. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether that's the one that I actually got in contact with, because I have gotten in contact some of the local bookstores. They have a lot of stringent policies, so you kind of have to go with the flow with their policies. Even with like Barnes and Nobles and Books A Million and all of that, that wasn't an automatic. Once I hit publish on Amazon, even though I chose expanded distribution, which can get my book into those places, it's not an automatic. So I did a few things first, getting my books to some of the libraries. And then I contacted some local small businesses, Rose Ledge Farm Shop in Preston, Everly After Floral in Baltic, Primitive Crow in Bajra.
We just had the folks from Primitive Crow on.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that episode. And then
see, Rich, people do watch.
See,
small potatoes.
Is that a place?
Yes, it's in Norwich.
I thought she was calling us small.
No. No.
Welcome to SPR, Small Potatoes Radio.
And I just as of yesterday, my books are available in the Preston market in Preston.
Nice.
But I felt it was important as a local author to support local businesses.
Yeah, definitely.
If they would support me, I'd support them. So, we worked out consignment deals.
That's why she brought a book here today.
I meant to, and I'm so sorry.
Just twist that a little more, Rich.
I will drop off autographed copies for both of you.
Awesome.
Okay, I will.
Score.
Yes. Go. Yeah. It's all about the free merch.
Absolutely. But
we don't get paid, so we'll get books.
You will get books. And as soon as the second one comes out, I will drop that out too.
So how many are you going to do? You already plotted it out, or how does that work?
Series, there should be 4.
So it's going to be a series.
This one is a series. I have other ideas.
When's the movie come out?
Well, I got to tell you.
I don't know. Any producers out there? Contact me.
Yeah, there just happens to be a movie studio in this building. So yeah.
Okay.
But don't do it to me. I mean, the whole series thing. I get into these series, right? Whether it's The Hobbit or it's Harry Potter. Then there was one. My mother had 4 books. It was the Left Behind series.
Never
And I said, hey, Mom, I said, can I take these books? I said, it's 4 books, see what happens. And she goes, yeah. She goes, it's got a lot of religious undertones, and I mean, we're not really religious as a family and everything, but she goes, but the story's really cool. Yeah. So I said, all right. So I was almost done with the 3rd book. And I said to my mother, I said, Ma, there's too much going on for this to be, a 4-book series. So then I called my friend Casey, who was also a reader as well. And I told her, I said, Case, I said, I'm reading the Left Behind series. And I said, I'm like almost 3 books, finished. And I said, there's too much to go in. It's 4 books. And she goes, oh no, honey. I said, what? She goes, no. She goes, it's not just 4 books. And I went, what? And she goes, it's 12.
Oh.
And then they came out with a 13th.
You're lucky. Some series are like 21 books.
I used to read the Hardy Boys as a kid. It was kind of like the
sure.
same thing.
Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys.
What about what Flowers in the Attic? That was If There Be Thorns.
Yes, V.C. Andrews.
V.C. Andrews.
I read most of her books. When
the Gunslinger series, Anyway, we're getting off the thing, but
that's okay.
I want to take a quick break. But when we come back, I want to talk about the New York Times bestseller list and the Gold Award, what that's all about, and where we can get your book. We'll be back in a minute right here on SNSN.
Gambling, tobacco, and alcohol are all legal for adults. For those under 21, providing these things can land you in jail. It's 21 for a reason.
Be someone your child can depend on and trust. Model behavior that expresses you care about them and their choices. Encourage them to wait until 21 to try alcohol. It is 21 for a reason. Visit CIRACCT.org for more information.
Brought to you by CIRAC and funded in partnership with SAMHSA. It's 21 for a reason. Find out more at CIRACCT.org.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
All right. Good morning. Welcome back to the show, Mike and Rich, and we have local author. Say that again.
What's up?
You know, before it was giddy up, now it's was up.
Giddy up.
All right. Figure you out.
Don't bother.
We
I haven't
have
figured me out yet either. So.
That's probably a good thing. DM Foley, a local artist. I mean, I should say author. Well, an author is an artist. So now you're from this area, or
Yes, I am born and raised.
So people know who you are.
There are.
I mean, they know
people-
you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, they know who I am. However, there's still some people, even though they're Facebook friends with me and different things, they're still shocked because not everybody goes on Facebook all the time, so they miss things.
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like when I published my first movie on Pornhub. You know, I mean, people are like, "What?"
Yeah.
No, that didn't
Is that
happen.
a series too?
No. Let's move on from that. Because sometimes I just go too far.
So, yeah, like I did a craft fair right before Christmas. It's one of my things that I do. I do author signings at craft fairs and everything. Helps get my book out there and recognized. And I happened to do it at my alma mater, Norwich Tech, and I was sitting there, and one of the current staff there, of course, we were all wearing masks, so like can't tell who people are. And she's looking at the book, and then she's like, "Oh my God," because she recognized my picture on the back of the book, and she looked at me and she's like,
Did you have one of those English teachers that told you you're never going to be able to write anything? Or do you have one that said you're going to be a great author sometime? Or
Actually, my high school English teacher is one of the people I dedicated this book to.
Excellent.
Because she fostered my love of reading. She fostered my love of writing. She helped, hone those skills. So, and she was one of the very first people that I told about it.
Awesome.
And she,
who was that?
Mrs. Hans.
Okay.
And she, awesome.
Great.
Tell us about the Gold Award, the New York Times Gold Award from December.
It's not the New York Times. That's
okay. All right.
That's
a different thing.
There's a big difference between the New York Times bestseller list and the New York Bestsellers Awards.
Okay.
Two different entities, organizations. In order to get on the New York Times bestseller list, an author has to sell 10,000 copies of their book in a day.
In a day?
In a day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Not an easy feat.
No.
It doesn't sound like it.
However,
that's what I'm assuming. You do need a big publisher behind you and marketing teams.
Is Amazon considered a big publisher now?
No,
I would imagine it would be.
It's really not.
No?
However, there are some independently published authors that have become big names.
You figure Amazon, people go on Amazon all the time.
Yeah, but there's over 2 million.
Is there?
Over 2 million books.
No problem.
On Amazon. So it's really hard to weed through the algorithms.
So you should be extra proud then.
And all that. I am. I'm very proud because doing research on sales and all of that, most published authors sell maybe 365 books in a year. I self-published in September, and I'm already at approximately 150 books.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So
it's really good.
It's humbling because I never expected that.
There's a reason for that. It must be good.
Yeah.
That's what people say. I mean,
Well, that's what matters, right?
yeah, it does. It does
That's
matter.
great.
It definitely
That's awesome.
matters. So the New York Bestsellers Gold Award, that is an award that you can get whether you're independently published, whether you're traditional published, it doesn't matter. What matters is, the author can submit, and I did. I submitted my book, and I was like, okay, see where this goes. And they base it off of other nominations. They base it off of your sales. They base it off of reviews. They base it off of like an all-encompassing. And I honestly didn't expect anything. I was just like, okay, like I'll submit it, see where it goes, put it out on my Facebook, my author Facebook page, and said, hey, I just found this out. If anybody feels like they want to nominate me,
sure,
go ahead, because a lot of you have reached out to me, said that this is great, all that.
Nobody nominates us for anything, just so you know.
Okay.
So don't. So I good luck. I'm glad you are getting.
Well,
because I piss them all off.
Well, it's funny because I submitted it. I got the email, stating that they received my submission and that I'd hear back. Didn't hear anything. I was like, okay, whatever. Kind of just. Then one morning I opened up my email. And it was, congratulations, you've won the gold. And I was like,
so much gold?
Like, really?
How much gold did you get?
No actual gold. It's just a sticker or a medallion.
So what do you get?
Is it something you can put on your book?
I can put it on my book. I can put.
It's like a badge type thing that you give you to put on the
really
publishing thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I get
credibility.
It's credibility, and I can say that I am an award-winning author, which again builds credibility. What really blows my mind is other books that have received the gold in the past. One is Girl on the Train, which has been turned into a movie. I've never read the book or seen the movie, but like I've heard about it, and I'm like, whoa, that's a little mind-blowing. And then Matthew McConaughey,
I've heard of him.
He put out a book in 2020. Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey. He's got abs.
He's got a movie on Pornhub too.
Every movie needs abs. They call me. I'm there. You know what I mean?
He did. He put out a book.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even know he wrote anything.
It's like an autobiography or whatever. I haven't read it. I'm more into Nora Roberts, Cassandra Clare.
My mother loved Nora Roberts.
Yes, she's one of my absolute favorites. Just finished reading The Awakening and The Becoming, and it's a series, and now I have to wait for the next book.
Gotcha.
Because it's not out yet. And I hate that I'm doing that to my own readers, and I apologize.
You gotta have it suspenseful.
But it does. It keeps them
too much too quick.
Waiting. Like I have friends who have obviously read my book, and they're like, when's the next one coming out? We can't wait. Even my own mom, she's like, when's it coming?
We have a question for you.
Okay.
What genre is your preferred writing style?
At this moment, it's mystery, suspense.
That's Laura, by the way.
And thriller. That's basically my preferred genre to reading, although I have been getting into more fantasy and dystopian and I even just recently read a historical fiction, but I don't think I'll ever do a historical fiction. It's just not.
That's a lot of research, I'm thinking.
Yeah, a lot of research. And it's not that I don't do research with my book.
So how do you write? You just sit down and start throwing stuff out there, or do you have a plot plan type of?
Yeah, I have
storyboard.
No, I don't do any of that, which is funny because like there's I guess two camps of writers, you know, the pantsers and the plot everything before they start to write. I am definitely not a plot everything. I fly by the seat of my pants.
Sure.
And it's funny because like I'll have it in my mind, this is where I want my story to go. And I'll be writing and I'll be like, I'll take a complete different turn. And then
It's
I'm
like
like,
life.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
I'm like,
It's
oh,
really
well,
true. Yeah.
didn't mean for that to happen, you know, but
It's like when you read a book, you know, you think it's going to go one way and all of a sudden you keep reading it. I didn't expect that.
Yes.
I guess writing would be the same way.
That's basically how I write. I have a lot of plot twists and different things, and things change constantly.
Do you have any other idea that you might want to write about later? Or?
I have actually a running list.
Okay.
Like I do write down my little ideas here and there, and I have a few like shorter stories in a sense that I had seen writing prompts, or I saw different writing competitions online, and I was like, maybe I'll write, and I'll start writing something and I'll be like, I don't want to put that in for a competition. I want to save that because I think that would make a good story.
Right.
So I'm a little selective in what I actually put out there.
So how long does it usually take to write a book?
Well, the first one I started in 2017 and I only finished in 2021. My second
So
one,
not that long.
no, my second one I started in September of 2021, and right now I am in the final stages of editing. So like it just
Comes and goes.
Yeah, it depends.
You get writer's block.
At times. Yeah, that's pretty typical. Like if I feel like something's not working for me or
Take a
flowing,
break.
I take a break. I go and I do something else creative. Like in the summertime, I would go and work in my garden. That would, you know.
So it's interesting because the pandemic, as we all call it, made you change your life to do this a little more functional wise.
It made it more functional.
So
yes.
what else did you do before that then?
Before this, I was a paraeducator.
Okay.
Actually in the Griswold public school system.
Okay. So you don't do that anymore?
No.
You're a full-time writer?
No, I am a full-time writer. Yes. I wound up resigning my position because last September, when schools were going into hybrid and everything, my son, who's high school age, came to me, and he was struggling with the online learning the spring before.
As was every other kid.
He came to me, and he's never really asked me for, to put aside my career or my wants.
Right.
And he's like, Mom, he's like, is there any way that you can stay home and help me through this?
Wow.
He says, because I don't think
there's another book for you right there.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll see what I can do. And it wasn't going to work out for me going in on the days that he was in school and everything, because he goes to Norwich Tech. So their schedule changes every 2
my
weeks.
son went to Grasso, and you get a stroke just thinking about it with the schedule.
Yeah, it was like, I can't do this. And for me, I couldn't do that to him and leave him swimming on his own. And I couldn't do that to the students that I work with and my coworkers, because that's just too much unpredictability and it's just not okay. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. That chapter's closed for now. And it gave
out.
me, it worked out. It gave me time.
Kind of meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where can people get your book? Let's talk about that. And before we wrap things up, where can they get their book? Your book?
Amazon.
Yeah.
Definitely Amazon.
Can they just contact you, or how does it work?
Well, I do sell author copies. And you can contact me through my Facebook page, which is
DM Foley.
DM Foley author page. And you can contact me through Instagram. That's at d.m._Foley. That's the same for TikTok, although I'm not really big on TikTok. It's one of those things of.
Well, I can teach you about TikTok. So
he's got millions.
Yeah.
No, not millions.
And I do have Twitter. That's capital D, capital M, Foley author. And you can get my book at local places, the Preston Market in Preston, Primitive Crow in Basra, Rose Ledge Farm Shop in Preston, Everly After in Baltic, Small Potatoes in Norwich. And then, of course, online, you can get it at Amazon. You can get it at Barnes & Nobles. You can get it Books A Million. And you can get it at IndieBound. And if you're in South Africa, there's a website.
I just bought my plane ticket to go to Johannesburg.
There's a website that has it there too from South Africa, which is funny because when I Google my title, like things pop up. Like I was like, oh,
so that's your award right there.
That is my award. Well, it's the
gold badge.
Yeah, the gold badge
and the certificate.
It's not their certificate.
Okay.
I can use it on whatever I want to. It's
pretty
cool.
It's nice.
Thing.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's credibility.
It definitely is.
Right.
It definitely is.
Gives you a little clout.
Street cred.
Street cred.
Well, I just shared it for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So how much does the book cost?
It is I just lowered the price. So it's $14 for paperback and it is $18 for hardcover.
Oh, that's
and
not bad.
The ebook is $4.50. Or if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free on Kindle Unlimited. So like people can just go and free.
Not bad.
Although you cannot get the ebook anywhere else but Amazon. That's part of the
deal.
Part of the deal with Kindle Unlimited.
Honestly, I wouldn't think of anywhere else to get an ebook.
Well, there's a bunch of. I have a bunch of places.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of places. However,
I like Kindle the best though.
Kindle.
I like the black screen back.
Is definitely the biggest. And when you sit down and you research, like percentages and everything of Kindle users, Nook users, and all the others.
Totally forgot about Nook.
Kindle.
I never had a Nook.
Nook
I used to
with
sleep in
Barnes
a
and
Nook.
Noble, so
okay.
But Amazon and Kindle, like they blow the others a lot of the water. So it's like, okay, give the Kindle Unlimited users it free. That just,
I like the book. Holding on to the book, feeling you can
smelling it,
smell the pages. Yeah, all right.
That's a thing. Definitely.
I'm not weird.
No, you're not. Well,
all right.
Well,
no,
you're weird, but it's not.
I prefer the book, and I'm a book hoarder. I am. I have bookcases filled with books, children's books, old books, new books, all of that. My oldest book is from 1883.
Wow,
nice.
From
it smells different.
Oh yeah. Yeah, not necessarily a nice smell, but it's one of those things like I just can't get rid of it. It's like it's part of my history because
it is history.
Yeah, it belonged to my great grandmother. So
you
I was
can't
like,
get rid of that. Then.
she was a teacher, so I was like, okay, so I have all these old books.
So you're gonna go back to teaching at all? You're just gonna
I don't know.
Stay writing.
I'm just gonna right now. I'm writing. I'm enjoying it. It's really brought, I don't know, a sense of purpose.
Satisfaction.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I loved my job before. Don't get me wrong. I loved to teach. And that was like one of my things. When I was a paraeducator, I did focus a lot on reading and literacy. Like that was a big thing for me.
They still teach that, huh?
Yeah,
all right. So the book is called
The Lion's Garden, Book 1, Family Ties.
And then the next book is almost done.
It's almost done. It's Family Secrets. It's the second book in the Lion's Garden series.
How many do you think, or have you not pegged that yet?
I'm thinking 4.
Okay.
I'm thinking 4.
You did say that earlier.
Yeah, it's one of those things like like you say, there's too much going on.
That's what happened with me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened with the first one. I was like, oh gosh, there's too much going on, and there's too much that I want to say and portray. I was like, this can't be one book, or it'll be like,
yeah,
it'd be War and Peace at that point.
Yeah, and I was like, no, can't do that. So,
all right. So they can get your book either on your author page on multiple formats, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah.
Do you put it up on Etsy or anything like that?
I have not. I've looked into Etsy. I just haven't. That's like, it's just the same thing as having a website. I haven't done that. I've looked into it. I'm trying to coax my high schooler into.
Victoria says, I just ordered mine.
Oh, thank you, Victoria. I appreciate the support. I absolutely do. And I hope you let me know either through one of my many social media accounts or through a review what you think of it. Good, bad, indifferent. I want to know.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Will you come back?
Absolutely.
All right. Very good.
Absolutely.
We hope you would, especially with when the second book comes out, and we can do a little hype on that.
Oh, absolutely. That would be great.
We already sold you a book. All right. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Thank
That's
you.
DM Foley.
You.
Congratulations.
Art author. I want to keep saying artist. It's okay. Everybody's an artist these days. Second book coming out. Lion's Garden is out now, which you can get on multiple. You can just go to Amazon.
Amazon.
Go to your author's page on
Yes.
Facebook and everything.
Yes.
So it's really, really cool.
Excellent.
We'll put a link
Thank
up.
you.
Yeah. We'll put a link up as well.
Thank you for having me.
No,
This
good.
has been great.
Good. All right, Rich, we out.
Giddy up.
All right.
See, I said it.
Do I call you DM or D or
Some DM.
Ms. Foley? I don't know. That's it. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Tomorrow, let's see. A little programming note. Tonight, we will be at East Lyme High School. My days never end.
No.
We have Griswold High School basketball. Griswold takes on East Lyme. That's tonight. And we'll continue the sports hoobadoo tomorrow with, that's a word I just made up.
That's good.
You can use that in your book.
You can coin it.
Look at all the hoobadoo. That's Steve Cravino, the athletic director at Griswold, will be here tomorrow. And we try to.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Well, especially right now with the pandemic. And there's
I may try and I'm going to be at work on overtime, but I'm going to try and tune in and maybe I'll ask a couple questions.
Got it. All right. See you tomorrow. Have a good day, everyone.
Enjoy.
SN, the streaming news and sports network.